Power Rangers Cosmic Fury has quickly become a fan favorite Power Ranger season. And for good reason. This 10 episode season is really made for fans of the show. From including Billy and Mighty Morphin as a new mentor role, bringing back fan favorite characters like Mick from Ninja Steel as the Red Ranger, and finally getting the reveal of the Dino Charge Dark Ranger, a character we had only seen in the comics and fans have been waiting to see in the show for more than 5 years. But the show also has a lot of visual Easter eggs as well as dialogue that will call back to many other Power Ranger seasons. Did you notice them all? It's time to break down all the Cosmic Fury episodes. Hey, what's up everybody, it's Este here, and today we're talking about all 10 episodes of Cosmic Fury, breaking it down, about the plot, talking about the references, the Easter eggs, and all the Power Ranger connections that they are. Big spoiler alert though, because we're going to talk about Cosmic Fury, all the ins and outs. Be sure to check out my spoiler-free review if you want to, see my thoughts on the series. We open up on the planet of Zordnia, which if you guys remember, it's from Mighty Morphin Power Ranger Season 3, The Lost Zords of Zordnia, which were the Shogun Zords. We got this big battle with Morphin Masters, Power Rangers, and Zed's new henchmen, the Sentinels. And this was a new addition to the Power Ranger show, not seen in the original Q Ranger. Of course, Zed was an original character himself. The helmet is kind of a mix of both a Power Ranger and Lord Zed himself. They also have red versions and gray versions, I guess for roles. Nice touch. And we see the Power Rangers fighting a lot of copy guards here. One of them actually being known in Japan as the Cow-type all-purpose weapon Zero, or Fake Champ, an evil version of the Black Q Ranger, Wuxi Black Champ. And you may have noticed that Lord Zed also sounds different in Cosmic Fury too.
Yes, I am thirsty.
And that's because he is played by Fred Tatasciore, famously known for playing the Hulk and Beast in Marvel cartoons. While previously in Dino Fury, he was played by Andrew Lang, who had voiced Venjix in Power Rangers RPM. I gotta mention I do like Zed's new voice actor here. I do think he is kind of funny though. They kind of made Lord Zed too funny. We also get our introduction to the other main set of villains, like Bajillionaire, who is part of Squid Inc. Bajilia is actually voiced by Amanda Billing, who was Principal Hastings in Power Rangers Ninja Steel. And we also found out that it took 40 scientists to die to get Lord Zed out of this cage that he was with the Morphin Masters. In this first fight scene, we also get Billy from Mighty Morphin come back, as well as Mick from Ninja Steel, who are working together on a special mission that we really never found out about. All we knew is that they were on a research trip on this planet. And they also explain why the rest of the Mighty Morphin team, including new Yellow Ranger Ming, is back on Earth out of signal range. He also gets a really cool little short fight with Zed, which I thought was really nice. The monster Dewdrip has poison that turned Ollie evil, and he would use the Cosmic Gateway key, the same that was used in the finale of Dino Fury, to send Zeta away. The Red Morphin Master would then intervene, giving Mick his red Ninja Steel suit, something that they hadn't used since the finale of Ninja Steel a few years ago. The Morphin Masters would then get sucked by a machine made by Scrozzle, the technician villain seen in the 2 seasons of Power Rangers Beast Morphers, which at the end of his show was revealed to still be alive, and was seen previously in Dino Fury helping Zed. And since the Dino Fury Rangers don't have their Zords anymore, stuff that had been destroyed last season, they need to get some new Zords. And luckily enough, Zordina has a little altar with symbols for new Zords. Yep, the place where the Rangers summon the Zords include the symbols of the Q Ranger mech, 11 of them specifically. So this confirms that they're not really using all the Zords from Q Ranger, just the main 11. And when the Rangers spawned them, Javi lost an arm. Aww. But we also see Billy use the Blue Wolf Zord similar to his Blue Wolf Ninja Zord in Mighty Morphin Season 3. So they will do a little fight, boom boom boom, this and that, and they would eventually capture Evil Ollie. Amelia would come in the Evil Zord and try to fight Evil Ollie herself too. Back at Dino Henge, Mick comments on his wanting to access the Ninja Nexus Prism, the sentient star that gave birth to the Ninja Steel powers, and help woke 6 Ranger Ion Om. Mick also mentions alerting other Ranger teams about the chance of an invasion from Lord Zed. All this while we see Billy working with Ollie's mom on a cure to Zed's poison, similar to the episode Love Hate in Dino Fury Season 2, which was the first time that Ollie had been brainwashed by Lord Zed. And considering how Zed know Ollie's role in the rest of the Dino Fury team, it was a really good idea to have him just be evil, and Ollie being evil really was my favorite part of the season. Even when I'm in space, I'll still love you guys, the E-Squad. Subscribe and ring notification bell to join the E-Squad today. You'll never know when you might show up as the E-Squad comment of the day. If you leave a funny comment, put the E-Squad in it, you could be in the next video. Just saying. Episode 2, we see the Mick Red Ranger is still here hunting for Zato. Ion's Cafe sells the famous Rafconian Flargon cakes seen in the festival episode of Dino Fury. famously ate with the mouth, as Jayborg is seen doing in the interrogation scene. The menu also has mentions of 2 Dino Fury characters, Santura, who was a villain Void Queen in Dino Fury Season 2 and absent in the season of Cosmic Fury, as well as the Solano Stew, a dog treat based on the dinosaur Solon. The Green Ranger meets with Warden Garcia, hoping the invasion doesn't stop Izzy and Fern going to the Pan Global Games, an Olympic sporting event that the Pink Ranger Kimberly left for in Mighty Morphin Season 3, as well as making a return in the episode Boxed In during Beast Morphers. And during Izzy's meet with Fern, she would actually mention Nasada. The Space Corporation heavily mentioned the Power Rangers first seen in the finale of Power Rangers Turbo, as the Rangers used their spaceship to go into space. But Izzy had to dip because Lord Zed is being a baddie. But Fern had to follow, because of course, Fern is a caring girlfriend. And Fern would run into Dino Henge during another try of curing Ollie. We would actually see Javi morph into Dino Fury Black, now with his new arm attachment, but it doesn't last for long as Lord Zed shows up and destroys Dino Henge, except Ollie's statue saying how he loves an evil ranger, having experience with the second evil Green Ranger Tom, as well as his own team of Dark Rangers. We don't speak of that. Ollie also slashed at Amelia, seeing her cut, being one of the rare moments that we see the Rangers get a little bloody. And the episode ends with a mass teleportation to Eridus with Fern? Comment question of the day: what was your favorite moment in Power Ranger Cosmic Fury? I gotta say that Dark Ranger morph has to be up there. It's great that we finally get to see him, and get his spotlight. Let me know in the comments down below and leave a like to lock in your answer. 1,500 likes and I'll do more videos just like this. Episode 3, Off Grid. On Eridus, Billy talks to the other Rangers on how he became a wolf ninja, the story that is similar to the Cosmic Fury Rangers currently, losing their dinosaur powers and going on a quest to unlock new ones. We don't see a lot of Power Rangers in this episode, which I thought was really cool for some civilian fights. The task that the Rangers are trying to do is set up the antenna that Zato had in Dino Fury Season 1 to contact Rafcon to try to contact their people on Earth. Billy would use Dino Keys to try to power up the Morphin Master staff, naming the Morphin Grid like a biofield, a term usually coined by Dr. K in the Power Rangers RPM universe. We get word on Earth from Buzz Blast that Lord Zed invaded Earth, and that multiple teams of Power Rangers have helped the battle. They are not seen, but they are just merely mentioned here, which I thought, it could have been something bigger. It was mentioned that Lord Zed is blocking the use of Zords, so no Megazord action here. And we also get the name drop of Stan, a Buzz Blast employee that was only seen in episode 1 of Dino Fury. We then cut to General Shaw, previously Commander Shaw in Beast Morphers at Grid Battle Force Coral Harbor, on how Earth is quite on their own, while in Osaka, Japan, we see Dr. Akana. And of course I gotta mention this, Japan is the birthplace of Power Rangers and their origin, Super Sentai. Mick shows up in a video call and explains how they found Zato on Levinas' planet. Dr. Akana, got that transmission, and evil Ollie, trying to be nice, took that computer. And while the Rangers fight the world's freakiest monster, the Scuttle Worm, in a nice civilian fight scene, there was also a bike scene too with Ion. Another one of those Power Ranger staples that we get too little of, even though Dino Fury did have some bike scenes. We then see Lord Zed gift Ollie a new blue version of his Dino Fury Morpher. But while all this is happening, don't worry, because the Rangers got some new stuff too, as Billy gives Rangers the new Morphers, which is a mix of both Dino Fury, dinosaur elements, and the Q Ranger Wiz-style Morphers. With the new Cosmic Orbs, the American version of the Q-Tamas, there's also some little Tokyuja elements in there as well with the closing hatch. Also, there's Power Ranger lightning bolts everywhere, which, is surprising because the show's been running for 30 years and we don't really see that lightning bolt a lot. It, of course, is a reference in itself to the original logo of Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, but it's the first time it's being implemented into the actual show. The new weapons the Cosmic Fury Rangers get are all themed after the Dino Fury Zords, including Tiger Claws, Moza Razor, the Stego Spike, and the Ankylo Hammer. The Morphin Grid chooses Amelia to become the Red Ranger here, similar to the Zeo Crystal choosing the Rangers in Power Ranger Zeo. And this is actually the first time we've ever had a Dino Red Ranger not based on a T-Rex. And hey, Amelia had stepped up to becoming the role of the Red Ranger, even though I feel like that anybody could have done it. Izzy could have stepped up, Javi could have stepped up, Ian couldn't have stepped up, but it had to be Amelia. She's the Red Ranger. It was alright. Episode 4, Teamwork. We see the new version of Ollie's suit and I love it so much. It has that Squid Ink logo that all the Sentinels have. It's a nice, slick Dino Fury blue suit. Probably one of the show's best evil Ranger designs, original of course. And we see him use this suit as he fights the Rangers in the search for Zato, as we finally get to see what happened after the fight in episode 1. Zato gets a cracked helmet moment here, and it's a fan favorite Power Rangers moment of course, because we love seeing cracked helmets in Power Rangers. We would find out that Zato was near death, but would get sucked in by a tree. which by the way, this planet, original to Power Rangers, never seen before. It's also like one mind. It's kind of like that Guardians of the Galaxy 2, that guy who was a planet, but there's no guy, just planet. The Rangers then morph up to fight the Squid Drill in the sky, and we see Mick's first official morph with the Ninja Steel Morpher and all. Even though I can't really tell if he used the right Ninja Power Star, yes, there were multiple for the Red Rangers. We then get to see some Megazord fight, with the footage being from episode 4 of Q Ranger. Mick also takes the Pink Bird Zone home, back to his planet, that of course being the Lion Galaxy. Also, we gotta mention here, Ollie's thing this episode was like, he was trying to think like a Power Ranger and work as a team. I thought it was kind of cool in that aspect, seeing a villain try to take steps from the Rangers even though it would fail massively. But hey, one of the monsters here, Jadana, is actually from Droger. Yeah, and a fully unadapted animal Sentai team, being one of the main villains, Nadia. Snoutia, another monster here, was voiced by Lori Dungy, who was previously played Miss Bell in Ninja Steel. The Rangers would ultimately get Zato to return, but now Ion can't really read his mind, a usual thing that Ravkonians have done, seen a lot in Dino Fury. He joins his team and becomes the Zenith Ranger, now with an added cape similar to his Ghost Ranger form. Zenith being the name that the Morphin Masters called Zato when they brought him back. He even uses a staff now. Hint, hint. I'm winking, trying to wink. And we end this episode on the planet of Eltar, home of the mighty Zordon, as Lord Zed creates a fortress and takes over Zordon's people. Episode 5, Rock Out. This was my favorite episode of all of Cosmic Fury. Just so fun, livid, full of energy. We start off with the reveal that Lord Zed has captured all the Power Rangers. We still don't see them, which is a big problem for a lot of Cosmic Fury, but it's implied. We can assume that active teams like Beast Morphers, Mighty Morphin, Megaforce, and Ninja Steel teams, including many others, have been captured. Meanwhile in space though, Javi's making music with his new arm. He makes a song with pots and pans, equivalent to that one scene in Camp Rock.
OMG, this is hardcore.
No, it's not, Fern.
We get a live stream of the planet Akral, and how the villains find a new Dragon Zord and a plan to mine it. The alien interviewer is played by Jack Buchanan, who previously played Captain Chaku, the Space Sheriff in Beast Morphers. The Rangers formed the band Meat Chrome, which I thought was epic. And they have their own monster costumes of their own, with the monster guards quickly letting them in, with one of them being voiced by Callum Stembridge, who did Spellbinder in Dino Charge, while Adrian Smith voiced Goldar Maximus in Beast Morphers. Speaking of Beast Morphers, Ion can be seen wearing a similar costume to Roxy in Beast Morphers. No idea how Solon has that in the storage unit. It's so opium. It's so opium core. Ollie quickly finds them though and reveals the new Tricera Blaster based on his Zord, and the Rangers morph up with a confetti explosion. Best morph in the show. So fun. Zato would quickly summon the Dragon Zord while Ollie puts a tracker on it. The Zord footage here being from episode 9 of Q Ranger, the debut of the Ryu Voyager. However, at the end, we find a lot of big things to happen in the second half of Cosmic Fury, like how Javi and Izzy's parents were captured, and that Santura is ready to give birth. But don't worry, because Tarek actually has a spy in Squid Drill, and we see our influencer monster Squillia dating a specific ranger with goggles. Evil Ollie is pissed and brings a new monster to Lord Zed called Joe Exotic, which is maybe a reference to Joe Exotic of the Tiger King. Bro is a pirate though, I will say. Joe Exotic is actually another monster in Jojo 2, being the Mega Beast Hunter Bang Ray, who appeared in 12 episodes in the Sentai. Episode 6, Take Off. The Power Rangers finally leave Eridus. They've been teleporting, to different planets, but they've really been on Eridus like the whole time, as the guys clear the skies while the ladies get the ship flying. We get the first appearance of the Cosmic Dragon Megazord here, using footage from the episode 11 of Q Ranger, its first appearance in the show. We then find out that, Solon was captured by the Scuttle Worm that is still in my nightmares. And Zato uses the Morphin Master like magic to find them, but passes out nearly. It was really sad to see Zato gone for those first 4 episodes of Cosmic Fury, then they brought him back and I was like, yeah, but then they're like, Zato might die. Like, damn. The Rangers summon the Zords, with Billy joining the team too in the Cosmic Wolf Zord again. And while the Rangers fight in the Megazord, Fern steals the Cosmic Fury Morpher and decides to help Solon themselves. The Cosmic Fury Morpher, it blasts. That's all she was trying to do, blast, not become a Ranger accidentally, but she does. But when Solon was attacked, the sparks mix with the Morpher and they transform Fern into the first ever Orange Ranger. Now, I made a previous video on the lack of Orange Rangers and Power Rangers in general, but you know, we had one on SPD in a dream. We had some comic exclusive ones or whatnot, but this was the first Orange Ranger that we're actually seeing in the show. The helmet being a repaint of Dino Fury Pink's helmet, I guess Cosmic Fury Red now. But it has a little addition, a little added horn there, because this is based on Solon. But I think it's really cool giving Solon a little more meaning here, being the inspiration for this Orange Ranger. And it really brings a lot of new meaning to Fern as a whole. Because Izzy by herself didn't really get a lot of character development this season, but definitely with Ern, they grew together and become a Ranger couple. But hey, the Rangers finally leave Eridus, and back in Pine Ridge, we finally see Heckle, the previous villain from Power Rangers Dino Charge, who was previously linked with Snide, as Lord Zed would tell them to prepare for an invasion. And we find out that Lord Zed has the plan to combine with the Morphin Masters to become, you know, a Morphin Master himself. And that means a lot, because ever since the Morphin Masters were reintroduced in Dino Fury, they were based off ones in the comics, we knew that these guys are guardians of the grid, so if Lord Zed gets his hands on his power, it could be bad news. Episode 7, Operation Seasoning. The Rangers devise a plan to take down the anti-sword force field the Squid Drills has on Earth, and a way to save the Power Rangers and citizens captured in the Zed prison. And as the plan is beginning, Heckle can finally admit to, hey, I actually don't like squids, I don't want to date a squid, guys, and would transform into the Dino Charge Dark Ranger. This Spinosaurus themed fella would explain how he's from another dimension and was once evil and now a good egg. His suit is a mix of both Kiryu Death, with the helmet being from Kiryu Navy, a descendant of Kiryu Red, who was a good version of the character. But back to Heckle, this first flight, the villains overpower him quite easily. He's literally in the villain base. He's one dude. He hasn't fought as a ranger quite a lot, so I don't think he did the right plan. The Cosmic Fury Megazord would fall into Earth, being a victim of the Zed force field. But Zeta would use his magic again to send the Zords back into the Morphin Grid, and he would pass out. Zeta explains that when he sacrificed himself at the end of Dino Fury, the Morphin Masters used the Morphin energy to fuel him with magic. That magic that he's using to live and use these magic moments, saying how he will pass away when he's out of the magic. Pop-Pop would arrive and bring some Beast Morphers tech, the teleportation system that they would use for huge objects like Megazords, allowing them to take down the Squid Drill with quite ease. Side note, in in Lord Zed's prison, they would have a PA, someone in the speaker doing announcements. This episode had a line where Lord Zed would change the alphabet from the ABCs to the ZYXs.
Reminder, Lord Zed, you must come first. Your alphabet fixed.
Funny. Gotta give him that. Zeta uses magic to make Solon grow, as a distraction to set up the teleporters and teleport the Squid Drill onto the prison, destroying it, releasing the captive Cosmic Fury Rangers, along with Heckle. We also have a moment with the Rangers reuniting with their parents, as well as Lily, the Special Olympics athlete who originally guest starred in the Winning Attitude episode of Dino Fury. Billy would also have a moment here with Jane and J-Borg, kind of making you remember those old days when Billy would interact with Bulk and Skull back in Mighty Morphin. Jane and J-Borg, I gotta say, I'm glad we saw them less, but the moments they do have, it was funny. A little funny. The Cosmic Rangers morph up and we get another mini dinosaur team up with Mighty Morphin Blue and the Dark Ranger morphing together. We would see Fern's weapon in full here, which, you know, it's a little claw thingy, but it can split into two and become nunchucks. Tarek would also have a small civilian fight here. Shame that he didn't become the Void Knight or the Brown Void Knight. Missed opportunity. And the Rangers get into the Megazord, which this time they're using footage from episode 8 of Q Ranger, and this of course being Fern's first official Zord battle, her operating the Orange Zord, while the Dinos take down Bajilia and Squillia. Episode 8, Switching Sides. The Rangers read Squillia's mind, and all that it is was about clothing and clout. I love Squillia. There's a lot of yasses and live streaming, and she's an influencer character. I love her because I'm an influencer, a niche micro internet celebrity. Javi and I will return from freeing Japan with some snacks. I love me some exotic snacks from the bodega and the Aki.
Hell no, man. What the fuck,
I should
man?
stick to Power Rangers. Izzy and Fern would come back from New Zealand, which was called New Zedland. New Zealand is where they filmed Power Rangers since Power Rangers Ninja Storm back in 2003, and has made appearances in the series when being visited by the Dino Charge Rangers and is home to the purple Dino Charge Ranger. They would also get a video from Billy, who was in the revamped command center in Cranston Tech, seen in Mighty Morphin Once and Always, along with Alpha 9, the successor to the original Alpha 5. What sucks is that, like I said, many times, these characters, these things they're talking about, they don't speak. We see Alpha 9 in the background, but Alpha 9 not popping in the video like, ay, hello Cosmic Fury Rangers, I'm here to help. I would have loved that. He said his team was freed from the Angel Grove prison, and how Zack's hip-hop Keto could fuse the Sentinels. His moveset has been iconic since the 90s, and made a return in that Once and Always special as well. And at the end of the call, he mentions how his next task is to go defend Reefside, home to the Dino Thunder Rangers. That's also where Tommy Oliver also lives today, in the shack that is seen in the Ninja Steel episode, Dimensions in Danger. And while picking up at his cafe, Iron runs into both Mucus and Slither, which we have seen in the end of Dino Fury starting their own little circus. Slither puts on a tutu. Nice. And they reveal that Mucus became human with the use of the Wish Charm, a plot device used in the episode Wishful Thinking in Dino Fury Season 2. And Iron would go ahead and hire them as the new spies for the team. Zeta would use magic once again to delete the Wish Charm and turn Mucus into a mushroom again. And finally, these comedic villains have some responsibility. Mucus and Slither even join in the Morphin pose. That was cute. Tarek battles too. He has little weapons here. But let's bring back Void Knight, huh? Nope. But hey, this all really shows how that evil team from Dino Fury is now here helping the Cosmic Fury Rangers. I just thought that's really cool. Team Girl Power uses the Cosmic Dragon Megazord and footage from Q Ranger episode 20, but the Rangers show up and take down Bajillion and Squilia quite epically. But a squid tail would follow behind. So a Squilia disguised Slither as well as Mucus would infiltrate the base on planet Eltar. Which I gotta say about planet Eltar, it's great that it's back. It's great that it's, being hunted by Zed, but I would have loved to see more of Eltar. Like, how are Zordon's people actually doing? Is there anybody trying to defend that? It would have been cool. Zeta reveals to the team the truth about his condition at the end of the episode, as they travel on to their next planet, when a bomb explodes the Tricera statue. Slither and Mucus, they actually did their role, but yep, Ollie is still evil? Episode 9, Master Plan. It's time for the endgame of Cosmic Fury. Lord Zed talks to the Rangers through a live stream, revealing how, hey, Bajillia is still alive. She grew back her whole body. Their monster friends have been captured, Mucus being in a jar, and Ollie is not evil. He reveals to the team Lord Zed's plans to becoming a Morphin Master, and hey, the Rangers are like, oh, we gotta go save Ollie. But Zato mentions to the team that, hey, the Morphin Grid can't be destroyed, it's energy. But what Lord Zed can very much do is cut ties to all the Ranger teams. Billy has a one-on-one with Amelia about the effects of war. And Amelia mentions how the Mighty Morphin team helped freed Earth. Now the rest of the Power Ranger teams are doing their work too. Still not seen. We don't see them working. He also mentions how aliens caught in the battle are being sent to New Tech City, home of the SPD Rangers, and our only SPD reference in the show, as the show is set in 2025. A little disappointed that they could have done a little more setup, because we had the SBA and Once and Always. Maybe they could have popped in the Cosmic Fury too. Nope. Billy can't help the team, and the Cosmic Fury Rangers decide to go by themselves, and Billy hits them with the "May the power protect you," a Zordon quote which will be important later on. The Rangers fight Inkworth. We didn't see this dude a lot in the show. He just kind of has one line every few episodes or so. The footage here is from episode 11 of Q Ranger, as we see the reveal of the Cosmic Fury Ultra Zord, and it would quite be the only appearance that gets in the show. The Rangers do ultimately save Ollie and the funny monster duo, but the Power Rangers have been locked in the forges by Lord Zed, which has set the whole thing to explode. So much for being on Eltar, huh? And oh, they can't teleport either. That was blocked. They have 20 seconds to live. Zato would use his magic once again to save the team. But ultimately, that costed him his life, as his soul will return to the grid. But as Ion is grabbing onto him, Ion also gets pulled with him into the morphing grid. The Rangers are quite shocked at that, but they would grab Zato's morpher and continue their hunt for Zed. Ollie would describe the possible strength of Lord Zed to be 100 times the Nemesis Beast, the final Sporix beast the Rangers had fought in Dino Fury. Also, a final fight, by the way. Do not deceive, take a perk and a tongue on his face. The team tries to find a way to combine all the Cosmic Fury weapons, while a blue Cosmic Orb sparks up Zato's old morpher. That's kind of cool, Cosmic Fury Morpher being transferable from Ranger to Ranger. Does that happen in Power Rangers a lot? Zed's throne, we see, has been a staple since Mighty Morphin was used to suck up Morphin Master energy and his new final form. He puts a Z on the mountain, kind of looks like an N. Kind of have to turn your head a little bit sideways. You see what I'm saying? Lord Zed is too funny. And hey, we finally get to see all these Cosmic Fury form 9 episodes into the season. They combine all of the Cosmic Fury weapons to something that doesn't look quite possible, but hey, Zed blocks it off, so I guess it don't matter. Javi would go ahead and summon the Cosmic Fury Zords, and Lord Zed would destroy them immediately. I saw this and I was like, oh, this is serious. This is like some RPM type where Gem and Gemma just got blinked out. Is he gonna zap a Ranger? He tried. Didn't work. He also mentioned, hey, if Dark Spectre could see me now. Dark Spectre, of course, being a reference to his old boss and the Alliance of Evil. Lord Zed seems destructible here, and I really had no clue how the Rangers were going to defeat him. So they can't. Begilia shows up again and sucks Zed up back into the Master Captivator, using the Cosmic Fury Blaster against the team. And it was all live stream here. A lot of talk about like working class people and their rights. And a lot of metaphors about how the rich are getting richer. Woke? Cool woke. But the interview mentions Zordon famous energy wave, and Begilia claims that the wave will cause the opposite, destroying all good. Of course, the Z-Wave, a big moment in Power Rangers history, seen in the end of Countdown to Destruction, which, hey, Countdown to Destruction were actually said in this episode too. It's in the script. Scrolls even does a little Lord Zed impression, which was complimented. That of course being because Campbell Cooley was the voice actor for Scrozzle, as well as Slither and numerous other characters in Power Rangers. And the villains start the countdown. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Rangers in space. Okay, let's stop. Episode 10. The end. Not the end of Power Rangers. The end of it all. Ion wakes up in the grid, and he sees a figure he confuses for Zato. But he is being mistaken for someone else. The figure reveals that he sees what he wants him to see. Ion thinks he's in Nibiru, a planet of illusions and nightmares, seen in the penultimate episode of Dino Fury Season 1. Lord Zed and Power Rangers, though, are familiar to this figure. Who could it be? The Morphin Grid has connected the two. I feel like this is some kind of limbo space in the Morphin Grid. He feels Zato's presence and tells Ion his mortal life is over, but sends him back to his team. And remembers his classic catchphrase, "May the power protect you." Yep, this was Zordon, and hey, I thought that was really cool. It got me kind of emotional for a second. It would have been obviously nice to have Zordon's voice actor come and have Zordon talk to him in the grid, but having just this representation of Zordon, they did play it very safe, and they did treat Zordon ultimately with respect, because he's not really alive. He's still in this limbo that IMS found himself in. I thought that was very interesting how they did all that. Slither and Mucus would steal a Squidrill and save the Rangers, but also manages to crack the tube a little bit. And while Begilia summons more Squidrills to the Captivator, the Rangers use the base to take down the Squidrills in its own CGI fight. Billy would call the team, and he would be inside the cockpit with Min, the new Yellow Ranger. She doesn't speak. This show. Trini's daughter and the Yellow Ranger from Once and Always. He would show up in the Dino Megazord alongside the Ninja Steel's Ninja Blaze Megazord, Beast Morpher's Beast X Megazord, In Space's Astro Megazord, and the Lost Galaxy's Galaxy Megazord. All with new CGI footage in this fight, which lasted for way too little. I thought it was a nice touch. It would have been nice to see the cockpits with the Rangers in it. They've done that before in Beast Morphers. They could have done it again, but they decided not to. In the base, the tube is cracking, and Billy communicates with the team about the worry of the Z-Wave. Iron would wake up, and the team would decide to plan a tap into the Morphin Grid and let Zordon's wave blow up there. Okay, have Zordon's wave blow up in the Morphin Grid. That just doesn't sound like a good idea. They head to Zordina and fight Begilia in the final fight of the series. And the Rangers would use the Cosmic Blaster to blast her away. Wow, what a final fight. This fight, that's why a lot of people say the finale kind of fell flat. This fight just wasn't good compared to Dino Fury Season 1 finale and Dino Fury Season 2 finale. Like, they did a lot of good jobs having great fights throughout the season, but when it came to the final fight, it was just nothing. Zeta would show up and put the team into the tube along with Zed. They are just energy and can't blast each other there. And Zeta is now all pimped up as a Morphin Master. Zeta would describe Zed the plan, as he can't rule when he becomes just another Z-Wave. So he makes a deal with the Power Rangers so that everyone would survive. Which I thought was kind of weird how they did that as well. They destroyed Zed, not really destroyed, defeated him by just talking to him. And Zed was like, oh, I'm not going to make a deal with the Power Rangers. And 2 minutes later, not even 2 minutes, 5 seconds later, Zed was like, okay, whatever. Like, bro gave up. And they used the power of the planet Nibiru to make Zed live his nightmares, living with his wife, Rita. And hey, it's the first appearance of the couple since Countdown to Destruction. But still, why does Zed hate his wife? And Rita here is also voiced by Susan Brady, who previously voiced Rita Repulsa's good form, the Mystic Mother, back in 2006's Power Rangers Mystic Force. And Zeta will end off this scene by saying, hey, even Lord Zed can redeem himself too, while the circle of the Nibiru Guard and Guardian is there. Why? Out of all the characters from Dino Fury to Return, why is the blue orb there? He would reveal that Zordon will use Morphin Grid connection to turn Zeta into a Morphin Master, which even the Morphin Masters didn't knew that was possible. Like, hello, you're Guardians of the Grid, don't you think it could be possible? The team says their final goodbyes and the Rangers reflect on all they've done together, as they do the handshake one last time. Iron and Zato. This definitely was an emotional scene, and moving on to the final scene, Javi gets to sing his little song, May the Power Protect You, which he had got from Ion, but Billy does take notice of that, and Ion lets him know that he got it from him, and his adventure with what the being was in the grid. Billy wants Ion to tell him everything, as he talks to Mick how Zordon can still be out there. We see Tarek has a new child, Amelia's sister, and named her after Pop Pop, as we see the Rangers and the family spending time together as they go on stage and dance out in this final episode. Except Billy, who is all serious and worried about Zordon. Bro, who cares? Bro is dead. Move on. Let it go. Like the Gucci bag. As Zato watches them from the grid, calling it Cool Cool Coolio. And that, my friends, is Cosmic Fury. Wow. What a 10 episodes this was. Like I said, guys, they did a lot of build up. Talking a lot about Power Rangers. They didn't show up. Min didn't talk. Alpha didn't talk. We didn't see Rangers in the Megazords. I feel like the series could have helped by being just a little bit longer. We could have get some more development on Izzy and Ion. I feel kind of bad for Zato for his little demotion thing here. And Zed is a little bit too funny, but hey, brush it to the side. I liked Cosmic Fury. After seeing it twice, I might see it a third time. It's 10 episodes, easy to digest, easy to binge. There's a lot of good moments in every episode just to keep me interested. Cosmic Fury is just generally the best Power Ranger show that we've seen in 10 years. Maybe some will say Dino Charge is better, but you know, for me, Cosmic Fury all the way. I think they did a really good job. But what do you guys think? Did I miss any Easter eggs? Let me know in the comments down below. Don't forget to follow me on Twitter, Dino Fuego. I'm also on Instagram, Not Fuego. Have a good morning, evening, afternoon, wherever you're at. And of course, and as always, stay awesome, everybody.